Good morning, YouTube. This is WhackMed19, and today we're going to discuss the 24-hour clock. Okay, so the United States has something called military time. It's actually referred to as a 24-hour clock. This is important because if you look at the clock, you can see that for 12 hours of the day, specifically the 12 hours after noon or your lunch break or whatever you call it, for 12 hours in the afternoon, you have a repeat of the first 12 hours numbering system, which is just 1 through 12 again. And this is differentiated by saying AM or PM. And so AM stands for after midnight and PM stands for pre-midnight, although this isn't technically true. AM actually means ante-meridium, and PM means post-meridium or meridium, or it basically means before midday or after midday. To break it down, it has an older, more Latin-y type of technical term for it, but that's just what we're going to go with for now. What it means is that you have terrible things happen whenever you use the wrong time. Now, if you have a business that works on a 24-hour time clock, most of those businesses are going to go with a 24-hour time specification. And meaning, if you say 2 o'clock, you mean 1400 hours. And maybe this is something that you know of more specifically. Now, 24-hour clock is going to have hours after it. It's going to have a colon in the middle. And so for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll have 1500 hours. Military time, you'll have 1500. It's one way or the other. Basically, it comes down to one of them has a colon, one of them doesn't. It doesn't matter. They are exactly the same thing, and they mean exactly the same time. 1500 is 1500. It's a counting of minutes after midnight, meaning it is now this day, and it is the 1500 hour minute of the day. And it's not specifically the minute, the correct and proper minute, because there's only 60 minutes per hour. But think of it more like 3 blocks away. Doesn't mean that every block is a numbering of 100, meaning the 100 block, the 200 block, but more specifically that the block is that far away, and it means that this one versus that one and the next one, and so that you know that 300 block means 3 streets away, kind of like the 1500 hour is 3 hours away from noon, and it comes early in the afternoon. Now, the reason this is even more important is because whenever you want to know what specific time it is, the proper way to do it is to have 24 individually named hours of the day. And so it's really silly to have 2 o'clock twice, and it's really silly to have 6 o'clock twice. And I have to deal with this with my family. They say, well, you know, I say it's 1600 hours, and I say, well, Daddy, what time is it? Well, 1600 hours. What time is that for real? And I have to wind up, you know, I make them do the math now, but when the boys were younger, I made them, I just flat out told them, you know, it's 4 o'clock. And the thing is, we've been trained to know that 4 o'clock is the middle of the afternoon. It's right before some people get off work. It's just after everyone gets out of school. And so you're taught from an early age that the proper way to tell time is only to have 12 hours. And this is really convenient because wristwatches and wall clocks are only 12 hours, and you have the repetition there. It's not a big deal. Now, on the newer vehicles, almost all every newer vehicle that I know of comes with the ability to set your clock on a 24-hour schedule. You ever heard of the city that never sleeps? They go a lot there by a 24-hour clock, and it's because they never sleep. And so if you want to know if 4 o'clock is early or 4 o'clock is late, then you have to have the specification of which it is, and adding AM and PM doesn't work nearly as well as if you just say 1600 hours and know that that's at the end of the day. this is much easier, and the entire world should adopt this just because I say so. And that just, let's be honest, that's all we really need, is the fact that WhackMed said so, and that's what we can. This ballista is terrible, but when I say so, that just means that that's the way it should be pre-fire. So we should go with a 24-hour clock, and it shouldn't be that whenever you look at what time it is that you have to convert it back to 4 p.m. or 4 in the afternoon, just like you don't have to ask what someone's name is in cursive. You just do it. The reason this is most important, and the reason it comes up now, is because I'm tired of uploading videos at 2 a.m. I did it 2 times, actually, specifically to give a couple of people something to watch in the middle of the night, and kind of as a joke. However, I'm tired of uploading videos at 2 a.m. and they get no views. There's a short window whenever the video is most popular, and I'm losing mine because I want to upload at 1400 hours, and YouTube's clock is silly. Thanks. Have a great day.